All right, everybody, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Obviously, tonight, it's a little bit of a weird one. The clocks in the US, have they gone forward, gone back? Are they going forward, going back? Can't remember. It's that time of the year again when we all get out of sync for a little bit, all right? It's not my fault. It's you lot that are changing your clocks, all right? We don't change ours for a little bit longer. So, anyway, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the stream. It is always Sunday night. It's the start of the week or the end of the week. Depends how you want to look at it, really. But we're going to be getting into some very, in my opinion anyway, important stuff tonight, all right? So if you hold cryptocurrency, this is the stream you need to watch. If you're not holding cryptocurrency, but you're thinking about it, this is the stream to watch. If you've nothing else to do on a Sunday night, this is the stream to watch, all right? So we're going to be bringing it, as always, here on the channel, breaking down the markets. I want to look into Iran a little bit. That's starting to play out a little bit more in terms of people's minds. And as you probably tell by the thumbnail, my opinion is the market is going to continue to the downside, which again, as I said in the premium Discord group and the trade group, be ready. And actually, I did post a short in there, which if you took it, actually played out pretty nicely in fairness. And I am genuinely thinking of dropping another short as well, because the market looks absolutely set to push down, in my opinion. But let's walk through that a little bit later on. It's right now just in the world of kind of forming up here on the 50-minute chart, which we're kind of watching. But it definitely feels a little bit bearish, if you ask me. So we'll sort of talk about that a bit more as we walk through this. But yeah, it looks pretty interesting here on the 5 and the 15-minute chart. So let's get into what's going on in Iran. It's stuff, but I think it's going to keep going down. Yeah, me too. And I want to walk through why. It's always important that, you know, we actually have some analysis to back up our claims. You know what I mean? It's dead easy to be like, oh, well, I think the market's going to push down. But let's talk about why. And historic data, let's talk about news, let's get into all and everything. All right, so do share the stream out. Definitely send it to a friend. If you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, it is absolutely worth your time. And let's do it, all right? Hank, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you, man. Let's get into what's going on. So I'll just move you guys there a little bit so you guys can see what's going on for TikTok. And we'll get it. I think there is a last pump this week before the free fall. Danny, bro, what is this? This pump here that came in today, look. Zoop. Well, it didn't come in today, actually. This is the daily chart. This is the big Iran move that is now all but been wiped out right now. So let's talk about it. It's less about what's happening in the charts right now and more about, I guess, kind of, it is a little bit about Iran, I personally think, and then a few other bits, which we'll touch on in tonight's live streams. But we'll start here on Bitcoin. We'll sort of break down some of the key charts. We'll break down kind of what's going on, and then we'll sort of get into all the rest of it as we sort of walk through the stream. But like I said, do definitely make sure that we're sharing the stream out because people are going to be really messed up with times and stuff. So if you could, that'd be great. Likewise, hit the like button, tap the screen, hit the follow button if you're on TikTok. All that good stuff does help out the channel, all right? That's why this is the best channel. Thanks, Casey. I appreciate that, my man. I appreciate it. And you are the best indeed. You're one of the best moderators out there. So let's talk about it. All right, let's get into it. Oh, yeah. Tim's up for it. Let's talk about where the market's going to go. So this is the, this is kind of where we've been now since the, this is the Iran move up. And then obviously we've dumped ever since, which we kind of talked about. If you remember, many of us here on the stream were like, look, I'm going to short this from this upper range here, the 50-day EMA, this big red line here. Short this down. I think a lot of people took that short as well, actually printed pretty well. As long as you could kind of weather the sort of spikes up that we got here. But look, favorably, I think played in, which is kind of why I'm looking at now. 67.3, I want to talk about it here as a potential down trade, but we're looking at right now. But what have you got? What is the charts telling us right now? And more importantly, what we get? Well, interesting enough, you've got a couple of patterns playing out here, which is the symmetrical triangle, which, again, here's the kind of upper range, here's the lower range. It's playing out really favorable. Wayne in the house. What's going on, my man? Good to see you. Plume was up earlier. Now, there was a couple of coins that were up earlier. M-Kriegs, this year's, me and M-Kriegs were chatting earlier about a potential lunk move and, and a junction. Like, M-Kriegs caught the junction move that technically I stole your trade, by the way, and I was like, oh, junction might be about to move pretty soon. I stole it from M-Kriegs, all right? Don't hate me. Don't hate me. But yeah, good to see you, M-Kriegs. I'm glad you're here. I was actually going to message you. Hey, Nick, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the up. Love that. Love that, my man. Here, you get a little cool thumbs up, look, bro, because I'm not there. All right. Shout out to you, my man. Thank you so much. So, again, you can see here that we have this kind of really interesting symmetrical triangle playing out, which historically you kind of get one of two things that happened. And this is why I think it's really, really interesting right now. Historically, what do symmetrical triangles do? Well, they come in or from either way. So this can be this is kind of a bearish symmetrical triangle, and you can get a bullish symmetrical triangle. Right now, this is a bearish because it comes in, it wicks down. Now, this is the interesting point here that we actually got a breakout to the upside, which, you know, history should tell us actually this should be a pretty interesting move. You trade this off the 20-day EMA, breaking out, retest here at the 50. That would be a really nice breakout pattern that came in. What's important to reference here is the fact that we've come all the way back down, which then means, in my opinion, the structure still plays as it is, and you basically eradicate this. Why? Geopoliticalness, all right? This is, you know, Iran that came in here, this move. So you kind of go, well, okay, this is irrelevant. Like, this is entirely irrelevant, this move. So actually, the symmetrical triangle pattern is starting to play out really obviously, which, in my opinion, like we said, is where we see this come down to the downside. And historically, this is kind of what happens. You then take the measured move, which would historically be something from, you know, where we sort of get this move in and where we get this move out, which is going to be something like that, isn't it? There's a potential, you know, there's a potential kind of downswing taking us to, you know, probably that kind of range that we've been talking about between 59,000 and 60K, which is where I believe. Now, if you got to move back to the upside, let's say, I don't know, let's say the oil futures open and the markets feel a little bit more bullish and maybe there's a little bit more capital sort of flows into the market. I mean, I don't personally see it, to be honest, but I even think a lot of whales were trying to, let's say, influence the sentiment of this prediction right now. And, you know, we didn't get it there either. And we sort of definitely saw this kind of wick down. So, you know, maybe we get that, brings us to pretty much on the money here at 60,000. So, you know, I think however you sort of look at this chart and however you sort of, you know, feel this is going to play out, then what is that there? Why is that there? Anyone know why is there like a weird line in the middle of my screen? Is that just on my screen or is it on your screen? No, it's on your screen as well. What is this weird screen in the middle? I don't know what it is. Appreciate you, Two-Bit. Hit the like button. Earth Prospects knows what's up. XXI Gaming in the house. Welcome in, buddy. Appreciate you. Sub 2-Bit the crew. Husky Tom's legendary. Here he is, my man. So yeah, this is kind of my prediction right now. And this is going to align to, you know, some of these settings we said, you know, initially this is kind of our first target range here, which is around 62,000. And then the lower range here, 57. If you are buying anywhere in here, by the way, this is good news in my opinion. And actually, if you're looking to trade these, you know, we talked about this, didn't we? Long position coming from around 60,000, maybe even take the bottom here. You know, you could definitely see a significant upside. Keep the type. Oh, come on, Tim, what are we doing here? Keep your stop loss type, risk reward ratio 2 to 1. If you went back, even if you went to the 50, by the way, this would be a nice little trade setup because what would happen is, you know, the price comes in, it bounces. Forget this. We come down, we reject off this bottom end, we come down to the lower end, we hit the bottom of support at 57. You've come in at an entry point here. We come back up, retest. You know, again, this is probably going to align with, you know, CPI as an example, and maybe even the FOMC, which, you know, I actually think FOMC probably pushes us down lower. But anyway, worth thinking about. Personally, that's kind of where I'm sitting. If you look at here on, you know, Weex.com, check out the link in the description, by the way, 50% rebates. No one else giving you that kind of insane offer. This is kind of starting to play interesting. Look at this. Right now, you're on a really important level. This is like literally where loads of resistance and support is. This is a really critical level. So, you know, for me, I'm just kind of watching what this happens. Remember, we've talked about this pattern so many times as well. So many times here. Let me just give you a bit more of an idea as to what this looks like. Look at this pattern that's playing out here. So what's my assumption? My assumption is that, yeah, you take a short trade here all day long. Take the short position, entry. I'd hopefully it wicks back up. Down here, set the TP there. Stop loss, you'd want to play it pretty tight, I think. Upper range, top of the M pattern there, 67.3. Keep it tight on the stop loss, and then you head down here. You could even retest this low range here, but, you know, my view is this dumps. That's just my prediction right now. My prediction. Let's see. Let's see. Although I'm so convinced it's going to dump right now that, yeah, I mean, technically, you could probably get in on the 150. I do think it probably wicks back up a little bit here, but you can see it's starting to push down a little bit right now. But, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Once you could come in at like, you know, you could take this on for like what, 167, like 250 or something like that. You know, setting stop at, oops. What is that doing? Yeah, you'd say your stop. I mean, you could say your stop high even at 67,500. See, like you could go 67.5. You're risking $60 here on a short position. And take profit would be the low range here at like 66,250 or something like that. On a 15x short. But yeah, I mean, look at this right now. Look at this right now. Live as we are literally talking about it. I told you this would dump. I told you this would dump. See? Behave, what's going on, bro? Welcome in. 60,000 sounds good to me. See, Wayne knows what's up as well. So there we go. Look, that would be a perfect short. The W recovery, what time frame? I mean, not in the 5 minutes. No, I reckon this dips below 60. I would. This is where I would even predict this to get to, like down here somewhere. 66,955. I don't think it spends much time under there, but yeah, I mean, this could be. I mean, this could just cascade all the way down to this range here. But anyway, we're not going to take that trade if it's already dumping down, by the way. But this is kind of where we sit right now with BTC. I want to get into a bit more nuance of where it sits, but again, you sort of saw where that was. If we take a little bit of a smaller time frame here on the hourly, for example, obviously still trading within that pattern. So again, you've got a very, I mean, W pattern, like you said, you'll cry when you miss the W pattern. Well, I just asked you what time frame it was on. You could argue here's the W pattern that playing out on the on the hourly chart. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, maybe, which would then be looking for it. I mean, 4-hour chart potentially playing out a little bit more obvious. You know, coming in for the W and then back up maybe. I feel like this isn't strong enough though for a real, real solid W pattern. But yeah, I mean, my view here, short term is still pretty bearish, like I said. And I mean, this feels bearish here on Weex.com, but we'll keep an eye on it for sure. We'll keep an eye on it. But a dump. Well, look, I mean, it depends how you define it. I mean, look, am I going to sit here and tell you on a Sunday night with incredibly low liquidity that we're going to dump about $15,000? No, but if we were, arguably, if you've gone from 67.5 and you're currently sitting at 67.1, it's a downtrend, isn't it? It's a downtrend. I'm only curious where you're seeing the W pattern coming from. High time frame, low time frame. I'm just curious. That's all. That's all. But yeah, I mean, look, so your assumption would be a W pattern. You're saying that the price is going to go up. Well, I mean, it's interesting theory. Interesting theory. Let's talk about it. Like, I'm down for it. Like, I want to discuss it. We want to get opinions here based on, sentiment for a number of times. So total market cap, by the way, 2.8 trillion, still trading with this range. Look at this. We put this on the charts the other day. So still very much trading within this range. I don't expect to see much difference. The only big catalyst, in my view, by the way, is going to be oil futures. And we'll talk about them and how insane they could be when they open up, because I think that is worthwhile. Kenny says, what indicator is that? The top has been done. Kenny, which indicator are you looking at? Which one? Just out of curiosity, by the way. It's going down, yeah. Yeah, Brandon says it's going on a sell. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Thanks for all the follows, Damien. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you, buddy. Welcome in. Always appreciate you saying. Yeah, let me know which indicator you're referring to, by the way. Do you mean this one at the bottom, or do you mean kind of what I'm putting on the charts? I'm curious what you think. It sounds like they've got their chart upside down. I mean, maybe. Overtaker in the building. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Viva Bacon's here, Oscar is here as well. Yeah, the 4-hour, I mean, you could argue for a W pattern on the 4-hour. I mean, I think it feels a little bit loose though here. I'm assuming you're in this kind of space for the 4-hour. I mean, I can't see where else you're seeing that 4-hour chart personally. I mean, again though, if it is a W pattern, fine. The problem you've got here though is you reject off here, you then get, I mean, this was the uptrend, wasn't it, into the Iran war, but I mean, this is definitely downtrend. Look at this bearish divergence here on the 20-day EMA heading down as well. The buy and sell. Oh, this is to do with the chart prime. So it's I wouldn't say it's a sponsored chart analysis, but I did some work for them ages ago and they were just a bit like, you can kind of keep it. So yeah, it's chart prime, but you can get loads of these buy and sell. I don't know where Jesse is. I'm actually working on my own indicator that has the buy and sell metrics on it. So once we can get that up and running, if you're in the premium Discord, you can have it for free, basically. But yeah, we're working on something that's going to give you a bit of an indication here on that, rather than all these people like, hey, I'll charge you $200 a month and you can have it. No, we'll sort it out. But the minute it's to do with chart prime, is what it is. There is an inverted hammer on the weekly, that to a perfect one. The weekly candles are really interesting, aren't they? I mean, the weekly candle, just FYI, if you remember, we talked about this. Now, it is gonna go green. Let's just be fair about this. We're definitely not going to see the weekly close. Oh, that's on the, hold on a minute. That's on the total market cap. We're not going to see the weekly close here in red. That's not going to happen. Bitcoin's not dumping to 65,800, in my opinion. Just in the short term. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh, that would have been a great short trade. Oh, well, okay. That's fine. People are like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, look at that. I mean, called it literally live on the show. Anyway, look out for the reversal, but I mean, I don't trust this at all. I think this comes down further. Just my personal opinion, by the way. Just my personal opinion. I mean, maybe the M pattern's finishing. The M low range is 66.7. So you could argue if you really wanted to, look for some further downside, that's probably where the M pattern finishes off. But, that would be pretty, Look at that. It's trying to roll over. It's trying to roll over. 66,865 right now. So watch out for that. But yeah, anyway, so the weekly candle is going to be good. What is worth noting here, though, and again, why my feeling is what it is, this is a horrendous wick to have on this candle, by the way. Horrendous. You know, you think about, we wicked up to $74,000 this week. That was the biggest price we got. That's fucking insane if you think about it. Because why is this important? Well, you could argue that, well, hold on a minute to a bit, because this is a, this is a big old wick here, and you're like, yeah, but this came off the massive 3-week push down. Like, no surprise, no shit, Sherlock. You were going to get a reversal just from the sheer capitulation that you got here. So, yeah. Average cost is 60k to mine 1 BTC. It speaks for itself. It's a bit less, isn't it? It's like 58,000. Unless you're in Iran and it's about 1,600. But I thought it was a bit less, personally. I feel like I have that chart somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I thought it was like 58,000 something. Where is it? Mining. Here we go. Mining revenue from fees, difficult regression mode, profitable mining days. Okay, maybe it's this one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if we can find it. That's not doing any good, actually. That's just profitable days. Okay, that doesn't help me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Got it. Revenue versus cost. All right. All right, you massive choppers. I got it. Got it, baby. Although it doesn't bring us down in terms of it doesn't bring it down in terms of actual breakdown, but here it is. This is the miner revenue versus estimated production expense right now. So you have the revenue to production ratio, which is the yellow, which as you can see is declining right now, which therefore means that your returns versus cost is actually not good. It is actually not good. So where is that price right now as an example? Price versus USD is not what it should be. Is this going to give us an actual number? Okay, revenue to profit. I was giving it as like percentage ratios. That's the most annoying. Okay, total revenue versus profit in USD is like... It doesn't really help us, does it? That doesn't make any sense. I'll have to have a look at it somewhere else. It's kind of not making sense. There's obviously some sort of chart. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, that's why I'm such a noob. It's down here. Okay, here we go. Look, revenue to production ratio. Right, this is kind of where we are. Okay, so yeah, so currently you're at 0.827. So what's that? 1 point. So 1 point. Yeah. So hold on a minute. So you do 60. What's the price of Bitcoin right now? 66,897 times 0.87. Yeah, 58,200 is the current price for BTC. So to mine a 1 Bitcoin in the US is about 58. Well. Yeah, so 58,200 is the average cost in respective relation to the cost of BTC. So currently, it's actually okay. Like, it's okay to do it. But, that's why at 60,000, it was like, holy shit, this is getting pretty tasty. That's why you saw loads convert over to, look at that. Look at that. You see? Look at that. Come on, people. Come on. Look, literally, it's absolutely wicked to the M pattern, and now it's basing back up. Tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about with these charts, bro. If you want to get more access like this, by the way, what an advert this is going to be. Join our free Discord channel. Also, if you want to get access to trade alerts, trade setup, as well as our bots and much, much more, including 4 free trading guides, head on over to our Discord, grab a premium membership. You can do that here by the channel, by the way. It's about $10 a month. Or you can grab it through whoop.com/2bitcrypto, and you can get into our full trade group, all right? And you get all of this kind of stuff. You get trade setups, trade alerts, you get all the bots, you get everything you need, all right? It's literally like you guys throw $10 away every single month. It's an absolute steal. So check it out. Anyway, look at that perfect play out. Right. So I'm diverging here. So anyway, in the weekly candles, my opinion, I think sentiment still sits down. And you could argue, remember, sometimes you go off the wicks, sometimes you go off the candle bodies. My personal opinion right now, it is probably worth going off the candle bodies. And that is playing out pretty obvious if you ask me. Pretty obvious if you ask me. So again, if we were to see this kind of break down to the downside, then yeah, this is where we're looking for. It's why I posted in the Discord. Make sure you have your buy orders set, your trades are set, your altcoin buys are ready. Because I think, look, this is going to happen quickly. And I think it's all going to be in relation to what is going on with 2 things, really. 1, Iran. And 2, what are we going to see from the Brent oil futures markets? Priced in right now, $90 a barrel. People are telling me it's going to break $100. Like, they're like, yep, this thing's going to go to the moon, which is great if you are long on oil, by the way. What's going on, Vern? Good to see you, man. if you are, thanks for the heart, me. Well, appreciate it, my man. If you are long on oil, by the way, great. If you are not, and by the way, loads of people are opening massive shorts on it, which is insane. So this was a huge short on ETH, I think it was. Oh no, long. Sorry, people are shorting oil and longing crypto. Like, it's wild. Like, I just don't see it. Bro, the candle down is because of breaking news coming in. Iran name new. Now that's been out for ages. That's not true either, by the way. So originally they did name the new supreme leader as his son. Now they are saying no, because the US have essentially said we're going to take, and Israel have said they'll take out anyone that is named as the new supreme leader. So they allegedly have a new supreme leader, but they're not announcing who it is. But that came out ages ago. In my opinion. Worst case, 88k to 66 again. Yeah, I mean, look, by the way, I don't think it's unreasonable to believe BTC will range between kind of where we are. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, I definitely think we're going to push down. But this is going to be interesting, because if this spikes, so if oil spikes in price, it's going to really make markets nervous. We'll take a look at the futures markets as well, a little bit as always here on the Sunday night. But it's going to make markets really nervous. It'll make risk assets nervous. It's going to make stocks nervous as well. So Trump told ships at the straight set. Well, they got one ship through today, didn't they? So they did move one ship through today. Even that, though, it's still going to take ages for the oil to start flowing. So I think oil spikes, my personal opinion. And yeah, I mean, look, Trump's doing everything he can from a psychological perspective. They're insuring chips up to $20 billion. But the reality is they aren't moving chips through there right now. But anyway, let's get into a little bit more detail. We can come back and look at the charts, by the way, get into your favorite altcoins. Kind of pissed I didn't take this short trade, but hey, look at this. Look at that. I mean, come on, bros. Look how perfect that trade would have been. Bro, come on. I can't believe I missed that trade. What would that have been, by the way? That would have been like 0.7. Man, I was going to trade that on 3,000x leverage with about 80 million in margin. Right. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, people, let's get into it. So, what do we need to be aware of? And certainly, where are we going to be in a place? Hold, in my opinion, Richard, it's a great shout. That is the strat, in my view, by the way. If you haven't already sold, then I don't see the point in selling. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, take a scalp long. I mean, I could do, but I'm live, so I can't watch it enough. I mean, I've already missed it as well, haven't I? But look at that as an M pattern play out. I mean, you guys saw it. Literally, we analyzed that live on the show. And Bushinga, that would have been a nice little gainer. What would that have been? 66,250. Well, we went a bit lower, so probably would have been about, I don't know, $100, something like that. It's all good. All good, actually. Wow, OBS just looked like it had a meltdown right now. I don't know. Is it back? Are we back? Hopefully we're back. Anyway, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hey, you know where we are? 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Old is it 5 p.m. Eastern now? I don't know. Who says shared with the friends and fam on Facebook? Thanks, man. You absolute hero. I need to start doing the Facebook thing. Selmo! I may never march with the infantry, ride with the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the XRP. I mean, let's get it, Selmo. Let's get it. So, let's get into a little bit about what's going on and why this could be important based on what we just sort of talked about. So, history does suggest that, generally speaking, US markets are directly correlated and determined by the prices of oil. This is why the next few weeks are going to be very, very, very important indeed. In 6 out of the 8 past geopolitical conflicts, stocks were negatively correlated with oil, meaning as crude rose, equities fell. We're seeing exactly the same right now, okay? This isn't a surprise. If you look at the stock market on Friday versus where we currently sit with oil, and then you do exactly the same again, it is literally the most obvious thing in the world. So, again, the longer the conflict lasts, which again we've talked about here, the longer the potential risks are. And actually, the deeper drawdown, specifically with stock market and, in my opinion, in the crypto market. Remember, we haven't actually seen a stock market correction while BTC or the crypto market has been where it is. The worst being 19.3% during the 2011 Libyan Revolution and 15.9% during the 1990 Gulf War. What is happening in the Middle East and how oil prices are reacting. That's why the Strait of Hormuz, remember, we talked about this last week. We said, look, you've got to keep your eye on what the hell is going on with the Strait of Hormuz, because if you don't, then that is going to be where it gets pretty interesting. If that mother trucker stays closed for longer, and by the way, I know they're putting ships through it, but man, one ship gets attacked, they're knackered. Do you know what I mean? They are knackered. So, worth thinking about. Worth thinking about, in my opinion. Kevin says, did anyone know about the rug pull coin war? No. But I mean, yeah. It's like, is that really actually even a coin that's going to be worthwhile noting, by the way? And just my opinion. Now, there was I feel if anyone can find it, by the way, I'm down for you to find me it. Is like a live shipping channel where we can kind of watch it. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, so again, this is why oil is going to be important. As oil spikes, stocks dump. And this, in my opinion, will absolutely bring down the crypto market. And the longer it goes on, the worse it gets. So if we get a relatively quick, I mean, how long have we been going now? Like a week? 8 days maybe? So, you know, you're going to see a very little move down. But the longer this goes on, think about it. 7 days, 0.05. It literally triples. It tripled in 11 days at 0.36 here on oil. So it is really, really worth thinking about. Bullish on silver. Richard, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'm hearing silver might be something of a bit of a mover and groover this week. We'll take a look at that. Not sure if you're all aware of the stop to all firefighters at the moment. The stop to what? Stop to all firefights at the moment. I do not know about that. I don't know. 9 days. Is how we've been going, yeah? So, yeah, so we're already sort of encroaching on this kind of upper, this upper limit. But again, this is going to be important. So why is this therefore going to be important? And we'll talk about a couple of key things that come into it. So this is another big deal, right? This is why Trump needs to get this kind of oil thing moving around. So the rumor mill right now, and again, you can kind of work this out for yourself. And sometimes it isn't always the best to take people at their face value. However, the fact of the matter is, the Wall Street Journal now reported that this cost nearly $10 billion in just 7 days. Okay, 6 billion operations, 4 billion in munitions. Okay, that's about $1.43 billion a day. Okay, so why is this important? Well, it's all going to align to spiking the price of everything. That's why you're hearing Trump saying, look, this may end up being short-term pain. We may have to endure it. The White House said 4 to 6 weeks. Hexath just extended to 8 weeks. Iran's IRGC say 6 months. Like, no one actually knows what the hell is going to go on here. But if this goes through to September, think about this, by the way. If this goes through to September, that's $306 billion. Now, this is where I think people start to get very let's call it misguided, okay? And people can kind of say, well, you don't know what you're talking about either, which is fine. Which is fine. So the reason why, let me see if I can bring this up. Here it is. Perfect. Oh, is this it? Is this it? This is yeah, this is it. Okay, cool. So if you remember a while back, right? And you guys you might remember this. I talked about here on the channel how the Federal Reserve wasn't emptying the TGA. So you remember the TGA is obviously the Treasury General Account of the US, essentially where everything goes in, right? It's all the money that is done. And we were saying here on the channel, like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, the TGA account's still sitting at around 800 billion. Like, Trump's been like dumping money into this. The Federal Reserve, as much as they're like probably not as in favor with Trump as maybe previous Federal Reserves have with presidents, whatever, but they weren't selling it off, which doesn't make any sense because the government's all opened up. At the minute, I believe there is the DHS is shut down, a couple of other bits that are shut down, which is a pain in the ass at airports and stuff for you guys, but they were kind of not doing anything. It was like, okay, why are they not doing it? And actually, we can see what that looks like here. Look, so this is a TGA account running from 2023, and this is kind of recently. So if you remember, if you want to go back into kind of the Iran-Israel oil, which I think happened like, oh man, when was it? Like the first one, June or something, I think it was, like June of 25. Oops, June of 25. Okay, so again, you kind of go back here. So we had this kind of massive dump here, look. So we emptied the account. It was like as low as it possibly was. And then obviously Trump went in and they did the whole kind of midnight hammer bomb thing. And then it's been stacking and stacking and stacking, partly due because they shut the government down at the back end of last year, but they haven't been exiting. Now, what's interesting then is you kind of go, okay, so the TGA has like $800 billion in it. And then you start to work out and you go, oh shit, if this goes on till September, $306 billion needs to fund this war effort. That's assuming that they don't increase. Bear in mind, you've got loads of these kind of like munitions developers now saying, yeah, we'll quadruple the amount. Like, holy crap. Then that means if you're spending $4 billion on munitions in 7 days, which if we work that out as a calculator, all right, think about this. This is where maths with 2-bit always comes in. If you're doing what's 4 divided by 7? So you're doing $570 million every single day on munitions. Times that by 4, you're at $2.28 billion every single day just on bombs and shit that's going to go in. Well, how the hell are you going to pay for it without completely destroying the US taxpayer, because then they might vote in a completely different way at the midterm elections. You're going to fund it out of a different account. And I think this is exactly why Trumperino has the Federal Reserve balance in the US Treasury General account and why it's sat there with a ton of money. Who's Crypto? Thank you for the 10. He says, what's going on with shipping with San Marcelano is the best channel I found for global shipping analysis. Shout out to the whole team. 2-Bit Crypto, let's go. What's it called? What's going on with shipping with... Oh, no, but I was hoping for like a chart. What's going on with shipping? I was hoping like we could just like watch the Strait of Hormuz. Oh yeah, it's like a YouTube channel, isn't it? Let's do live shipping route. Oh, here we go. We might have something. Fairground, what's up, broski? Oh, I've got live shipping routes. Oh, broski, let's go. Australia. Oh, I literally think I have it, chaps and chapesses. Maybe. Anyway, what the hell is that? Is anyone good at geography? Right. Papua New Guinea. Oh, I see. The white is the water. I couldn't work out why there was... I couldn't work out why there was so much like in the white bit. And the white bit's the fucking water. That's why. Oh my God. I'm such a noob. Right. Australia. Where the hell is it? Oh my God. We need to probably work this out. United States. Okay. So it's here somewhere. Right. I think I've got it. India, Sri Lanka. Must be up here somewhere. Bangladesh. Am I getting nearer anybody? Myanmar. Oh my God. Where is it? South Korea. I'm at Japan. I don't need to be at Japan. I need to be... Where the fuck is Iran? Romania, Poland, Belarus, Egypt. Oh, I'm here. Libya. All right. I must be close. It's really confusing with the lands like grey. Spain, Italy. Where the flipping heck is it? Egypt, Cairo, Syria, Iraq. Oh, here we go. Iran. I found it. Oh, is it here? Yes. Oh, I've got it. I've literally got it, everybody. Let's go, baby. Right. Okay, cool. Oh my God, that took way too long to try and get. But here we go. Look, I have actually got the Straits of Hormuz here with live shipping. I think it's live anyway. I think it's live. So yeah, I mean, obviously this doesn't help us in real time, but I mean, that doesn't look like a lot of ships personally. All right. Anyway. Bro, check live Fox News breaking news coming in. Is there? What's the breaking news? I can't do America's death toll rises, Iran's initial wave of attacks, Trump's blatant. Is that it? I can't see the breaking news because I don't have like a free thingy for it. I'll have to go to Twitter. Look for clear airspace. I'm looking at shipping tonight, Fairground, if you can believe that. We're looking at the shipping lanes. Breaking. Iran names. Oh, okay, cool. Iran names Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of Ali Khamenei, the new supreme leader of Iran. Doesn't he have property in the UK, though? I feel like he has property in the UK. So he might, I mean, look, I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, Trump's kind of said he doesn't care. He's just going to, like, go all in, really. The US is dismayed by Israel strikes on 30 Iranian oil depots. I mean, that was wild, actually, when you look at it. Holy crap. Holy crap. It's only live if they have the trackers on. I mean, that's true, Andy. That's true. But, I mean, it kind of gives us an idea as to what's going on. I mean, I guess if you're going to try and, like, sneak oil through, then you probably don't want to have your tracker on it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's an oil tanker. It's not doing anything, though. It's just chilling. These are all oil tankers, aren't they? Holy crap. I need to save this website. There we go. Boom. We're going to save it. So we can come back to it. Okay, let's keep going. So this is important, okay? So technically, Trump could fund it from his TJ account, which if you then link that back to the price of BTC, you kind of go, well, it shouldn't impact the... breaking news keeps me happy. It shouldn't impact the price of BTC too much, okay? But I do think, obviously, this does give us that push down that we are expecting, given the nervousness here within this and potentially the cost, okay? But there is more. There is more. Individual investors right now are piling into oil funds at record pace. Why does no one listen? Oh, Jesus. Retail inflows into the United States oil ETF, $ USO, surged to a record 36 million on Friday. Come on, bros. As a result, cumulative 5-day retail purchases surged to 82 million, an all-time high, well above the 67 million peak during the 2020 oil crash, when prices briefly turn negative. It would not surprise me one bit if they don't dump oil on market opens. Now, I don't expect it to, by the way. I think it's going to pump. But US oil prices have spiked plus 35%. But retail is FOMOing the shit into oil. It's like, why? Why? Oh, my God. Anyway, Grimmer, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. They have shot. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did see they got a ship earlier. Hey, everyone, hope the weekend's been a good one. It's been all right, Mouse. Yeah. It's been all right. Yeah, Veer's in the building. VHF in the house. What's going on, VHF? I'm going to call you that, actually. It's a cool name. That's a cool name. Shout out to everybody here on TikTok, by the way, as well. Fairground, my man. Welcome in. Breaking news. See, Fairground loves breaking news as well. Don't forget, lock in your likes. Also, give us a quick thumbs up if you appreciate it. If you're brand new here on YouTube as well, do subscribe to the channel, by the way. It's a grind right now on this platform, so I'd massively appreciate your support. Share it with a friend, all that good stuff. Isn't the US market closed again tomorrow? Nope. Why would it be closed tomorrow? Market's not closed tomorrow, are they? Don't think so. Am I tripping out right now? Am I tripping? I don't believe so, though. No, I think they're open. The Dow and everything looks awful, which we'll look at in a minute, but Rick's in the house. What's going on, Rick? But yeah, so watch out. Oil is going to be super, super volatile. You've got loads of people FOMOing the oil. And this is a chart that I wanted to come back to because obviously we do have CPI coming this week, remember. Now, remember, CPI is generally a lagging data. Expectations are that Wednesday is going to be fine, okay? That it'll come in at like 0.2 or 0.3, which is kind of where he is right now. But isn't the US market? Sure is. Is it VHF? Is it closed? The market's closed. They don't look like they're closed. Just my opinion, anyway. I don't know if that's true or not. What date are we on? March. Friday the 26th of March. Yeah, the market's definitely open tomorrow. Unless there's some kind of crazy thing you guys are celebrating, but it looks like they're open anyway. When I jumped into gold and silver, the news of the war being going down since. I mean, that's true. That's true. Anyway, CPI is Wednesday, so look out for this. If we get more continuous spikes, then what you're going to see is a delay. Okay, so this one isn't going to be bad, by the way. Expectations point to it'll actually probably come down. So yeah. Riffin takes a new subscriber. Where are you from? Anywhere near Donny? Not far from Donny, in fairness. I am in God's Own County. I'm in God's Own County, but yeah, I'm in and around. Yeah, not far from Donny. It's always a bit awkward when you say where you're from in case it's like lunatics are out that come outside my house. But yeah, not far. If I said about 40 minutes from Donny, you could probably work out where I'm at. It's not Wakefield. Hello from East Lancashire. Have you heard Senator Loomis been saying about Kraken? I have not. What has she been saying? What has she been saying? With this Fedmaster account stuff. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Cynthia says, March 6th, props on Wyoming, doing something. Congress, my long chicken. Okay. It's useful information for the Wyoming, for the Middle East. I don't know. You'd have to tell me. But I recognize the accent. Great one, mate. Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. If you're in God's Own County, you're a winner, in my opinion. Same Wyoming trading in Kraken. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, I did see the Wyoming thing, but I didn't really go into it. Yeah, props to Wyoming's truck coin swap for ahead of the game and using digital assets to get another American truck is paid instantly. Digital assets make payments faster and cheaper, and it's only a matter of time before they become the payment standard across the industry. Are they using Kraken as like the settlement rail? Interesting. Shout out to Cynthia Lumens making it happen right now. Shout out to Cynthia Lumens. Okay, let's crack on with this because we're rattling through this live stream, by the way, people. Don't forget, if you haven't already, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high. It makes you feel better as well. Okay, so this is kind of where we get to, in my assumption, by the way, as to why I believe that we are going to see a push down in the markets. Now, FYI, look at this bounce here off that M pattern bottom. I mean, what? What? A big coolio to the UK channel members. Love it, Craig. Love it. Yeah, look at that bounce there. Absolutely great bounce there. Looking back, I mean, it may get rejected right now. I mean, 67 is probably where you're looking for, but yeah, look at that M pattern. Put it out perfectly. Anyway, what the flipping heck is that? That's like the loudest thing in the world. What's going on, Vern? Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. Okay, So this is why I think we're going to get pushed down the market, and we'll take a look at futures, but I'm just going to sort of give you a little bit of a snippet. They look awful. So anyway, yet again, retail is buying the dip. All right, call me surprised. Average daily equity purchases by retail investors during the S&P 500 down days is running at the highest level in record. This is why I think, again, there's going to be another dump in the market. People are already FOMOing in, and they're FOMOing in too early. Like 150 days so far, if you were to call the top of the market into this bear market, equities as well as the stock market, derivatives, gold, silver, it's all pushing down. Like, people are crazy right now. It's 100% higher than during the 2021 meme stock frenzy. They're just absolutely aping into anything the S&P 500, which is wild if you ask me. Absolutely wild. And here's the problem, like, nothing structurally looks good on the S&P 500 right now. Look, I mean, let's go to the daily, actually. The S&P looks like it's going to dump, and it looks like it's already, it's already kind of topped out here at the top, isn't it? This is already on its way down, and people are literally FOMOing in this. Even if you sort of said, look, let's take it from this move here, but like the S&P looks super naff right now. I think it's going to push down further. So people like buying into stocks. I mean, look at the start of this. This was Friday. Push up in oil. Here's what I think people don't realize. Push up in oil makes everything cost more. What's the easiest thing and the first thing companies do to drive down costs? They lay people off, or they try and find cheaper ways of doing it. It's like a, same old, same old. So, people FOMOing into this tells me that they're gonna run this thing pretty interesting. You're probably gonna see, in my opinion, the S&P 500 is gonna rally down. I think you see it push down. Why? It's going to make people sell. I think you're going to see equities push down. I think you will see all of that go down, while at the same time, VHF, you're going to see oil push up. Like, people are going to be buying oil like crazy people. And I think oil will do the same thing gold and silver did, which it'll dump. The minute the Straits of Hormuz open back up, they're going to dump it. And again, like I said, there's just not a lot happening here. I mean, I don't know if any of these are actually moving through right now. Speed 1.7 kilometers. I mean, kind of doing something. I don't know where this is. China's CN, is that China? It's a chemical tanker, oil and chemical. It's all oil, isn't it? It's all oil right now in the Straits of Hormuz, all of it. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, look at the size of some of these fucking things. Kind of crazy. So these must be ports that are all out. It's like this guy here. Is he just like gnashing through? Yeah, look at this. He's doing 10 kilometers on course 168, whatever that means. And this is a bulk carrier. So, yeah, I mean, what does pink mean? Pink is like, we don't know what it is, bro. I mean, look at the size of some of these fucking things. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, oops, not that one. So, yeah, this is why I think we're going to get another push down in the market. Just my personal opinion. Like I said, bitch, I'll have to check some of the crap I might have to back in the green. I mean, the oil futures, watch out for that. That's going to spike. Now, here's another reason why we're going to see something pretty tasty when the bottom comes in. The US money market fund at an all-time high of $8.24 trillion. Okay, largest wall of sideline cash in history. Fidelity, JP Morgan, Schwab, Vanguard, and BlackRock control $4.76 trillion. What do you think happens next? This is just money sat waiting on the sidelines. Now, the good news is we will track this over the course of this week and next week, because once we start to see this move, it's probably going to tell us the markets are going to move as well. So we're going to stay close to this. I actually have got this saved in my favorites, so we'll come back to this and keep a very close eye to it. But big money is sat waiting, okay? It's chilling. It's doing nothing, because I think a lot of people are in this world where, yeah, markets are going to dump. Like, markets are going down, so people need to be very, very mindful of it. And also, the other reason why I would say is, look at this. Stablecoin market cap just hit a new all-time high of $313 billion. There's so much stablecoin in the market waiting to come in. Like, so think about this, right? Think about these two things. You have massive, massive hedge funds and banks, whatever you want to call them, like finance companies with humongous amounts of capital sat there. With the, best part of what do we say, like $4 trillion, something insane like that. Oh, no, $8 trillion. Yeah, $8.24 trillion. When it comes to stablecoin market, $313 billion of stablecoin sat there, which is kind of wild. And we've talked about stablecoin being the kind of big narrative. And the more and more people that hold stablecoin is probably the more and more that we're going to see these kind of bigger moves out there, which, like we said, is pretty much what is happening right now. This money will flow into the crypto market. It just won't flow in yet. And the important thing to reference here is people aren't exiting with cash. They're just chilling. They're like, hey, I'm coming back into this market, and you better believe it. And this is kind of what we've been saying. The market is going to give you a chance, but I think it will be the last chance to get in. And that's why I'm saying, look, my opinion, you need your buy order set. You need to be ready to get that dip when it comes in. Your favorite altcoins that you've FOMO'd in at too higher prices gives you the opportunity to DCA. Those kind of coins that you think are dog shit, they're probably going to get, in my opinion, just another chance to kind of dive in at a low range. You just have to be ready for it. And I think, unfortunately, some people end up getting sidelines. They FOMO back in, all the rest of it. Latin says, just some thanks. Hey, thanks very much. I love the new subscribers, by the way. We're here 6 days a week, breaking the content down, bringing you the things that no one else wants to talk about, okay? Everyone will sit here and just regurgitate the same old crap on some charts. Yeah, we'll take a look at the charts, but way more interesting stuff going on at a macro level that people need to understand. And then finally, we touch on this at the very start of the stream, and then we'll open it up for any of your questions and your thoughts and your opinions. You are seeing massive. This is why I think, by the way, this is all a little bit coordinated. I've been calling Hyperliquid out for ages, saying that I think these are like funded accounts, and I think this is all a bit of a it's a bit of showmanship, isn't it? It's like, oh my god, look at these whales. Like, this whale just opened a $200 million long, and everyone's going, oh my god, like, market's going to go up. And all of a sudden, it doesn't seem to quite play out as many people predict. And we end up seeing these kind of dumps in the market. Everyone remembers Baron Trump longed the market. Get out of here. Get out of here. Be very mindful when you're seeing these, because bear in mind, if you go and use Hyperliquid, you're funding their ecosystem. I'm not saying, by the way, it's a bad ecosystem. It's actually one of the coins I'm looking to get into. Damien, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. But I think right now, at this moment in time, it's a bit like, hey, wait and see. Like, it's too convenient that all these people have gone massively long on the market, that they seem to just be able to shred these losses. Like, oh, I'm just down about $1.6 million. Whatever, I don't care. Like, think about it. They're trading on Hyperliquid. They're down like $5 million and they just don't care. It's like, all seems a bit sus to me. But anyway, just my personal opinion. Okay, so I think these are some of the things that we need to be mindful of. I think these are some of the big things to be wary of. This is going to be the big deal, okay? This is absolutely the important thing that, can we change this to like any kind of, dark map. Ooh, is that any better? Starlight map. Oh, there we go. Look at this. This is way better. Man, this is, God, look at us. We're like nauticals. I mean, don't ever tell me this channel doesn't have it all. We watch the airwaves, the seas. We got it all here, baby. Love it. All right, cool. The Straits of Hormuz. Live. I mean, nothing's happening, but you get my point anyway. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll look at it again tomorrow. I might post it in the Discord, actually, and then we can compare the two from tomorrow night. But anyway, worth noting, by the way, I think personally. So these are some of the things that I think people need to be aware of. These are some of the things that I think people should be looking at. Whether you want to, look at structure here on the price. I mean, again, this bounce is pretty interesting here on the price. I still think 67 may be a little bit. Where's 67K? So if we were to say, look, 67 is the lower support here on the M pattern is pretty much 67 on the money. So, you could get this as a rejection, come back down. Feels like that might be a thing. I mean, historically, you can see there, if we extend this across, look at that as a support and resistance line. I mean, it's pretty wild if you ask me. This is why there's low liquidity. It's why no one really cares. Is there a submarine tracker? This is the thing you need to be aware of. These are like, certain times when you're trading these markets, you just got to take the best opportunity. And sometimes trading the weekends is really, that would have been a great short trade that we set up at the start of the stream. But, I'm just not sure I'd want to trade this right now because we've had the M pattern. You want to kind of wait to see what structure does. You could argue maybe on a higher time frame, you might want to mess around with it. But, short term, futures markets are always slightly behind where the broader markets are as well. So, yeah, interesting. Sorry, what was that? We're all nauticals. Hey. You better believe it, Craig. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll bring the futures market up in just a minute as well. We'll keep it posted on that one as well. Okay, so TJ account we've done. Lots of money there. We can close that one down. I was hoping let's try and see if I can just get. Let's see if we can just get the actual. Am I going to be able to get this up? I was going to try and bring up where it all actually sits right now, but overnight repo there, analytics, tokenized real world assets, and I don't need that. I was going to try and bring up like where everything is from a trade perspective because they changed all the website, didn't they? It went in there. Is there a Starmer tracker? Isn't he like a Gunston concert or something? It's wild. Don't get me, we went through this on Friday. I'm not doing it again, right? I'm not doing it again. I'm not getting into it again. I don't want to. I don't want to. It makes me feel bad. Okay, let's take a look at. I was kind of hoping, like, I don't understand why it all looks a bit weird. Just keeps bringing like a chart up. I don't care about charts. Don't care about these. Oh, you can get, oh wow, Hyperdash flows. You can actually get real-time order flow and liquidation alerts in Telegram. I did not know that. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Okay, but I can only see, it's just really bad. It's just really bad. It's really hard to kind of see what's going on here. It's kind of really hard just to track what people are doing. Let's have a look at some of these bigger wallets and what they're doing. So, let's see where some of these bigger ones are. So yeah, up 13 million, extremely bearish. So some of these bigger wallets right now are, are definitely in a world where they are bearish on the market. I mean, it made a massive amount on BTC, entry at 102. So they shorted that. Holy crap. Is that still shorting? Oh, I think it is. Wow, that's a big trade, isn't it? Holy crap. Isn't calling us nauticals like calling beatboxers a mouth mover? I mean, that's kind of true. We pumping or dumping? I mean, we're kind of, it depends how you look at it really, but yeah, I think we're going down personally. We are seeing if anything comes in. Nothing new, by the way, on the charts. By the way, we've got like 150 odd people in the stream right now. Do me a quick favor, just hit the thumbs up at the bottom of the channel, bottom of the screen. Does massively help us out. Obviously, it gets us moving and grooving, which is always nice, by the way. So if you are enjoying the content, if you hate the content, by the way, then don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Jesse, sort it out. Is Jesse in the chat? Why can't I see his name? Is Jesse, have you sorted that indicator out yet, bro? Come on, bro. What the hell? Jesse's gone cold turkey on me. He's not answering me in the Discord. I'm sending him stuff and he's just ignoring me. It makes me feel bad. Like, just ignores me completely. Casey, I left TikTok because you keep freezing up. Oh, really? Okay. Fine. It's all good, Casey. It's good to have you in here, by the way. It's good to have you. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just TikTok, isn't it? It's TikTok. It's wild. Hit the downvote if you don't like the content. All instructions well. Bit harsh. So, where is support major? Sai, didn't you tell us we were going to go up when we were talking on Friday? I'm sure you said this chart was going up on Friday, right? Right, bro? Anyway, I hope you're doing well, my man. Always good to have you. We're holding on to dear life, Curtis. Yeah, I mean, I think this market rolls over. Just my personal opinion because of the reasons I've talked about. So, but yeah, I mean, I was where was the thing that we were going to do this? Not there. Where? Oh, it's here, wasn't it? This thing. Oh, this is it. Yeah. Understand what it means. Fine. I think you have to put something in here, don't you? Like 10 or something, if I remember rightly. There you go. And then it works. It works, but I don't know what it's showing us. I need to mess around with it a bit more. It does put some lines somewhere, but I mean, who knows where it goes. Anyway, whatever. Have BlackRock released their freeze on their accounts? I think so. Yeah, I think so. But, I mean, it was only kind of part of their accounts, wasn't it? But yeah, I think so. I mean, we got a decent amount of inflow on ETFs at the back end of last week. They actually were kind of favorable in the broader markets, but whether they play out, tomorrow, it doesn't feel like it. Like I said, I think everything is going to be based upon oil futures. Yeah. So we actually got a big outflow day on Friday. Holy crap. Yeah. Dumperino, baby. Look at that. Wow. Massive sell-off, actually. I did not realize it was that big. I'm waiting on the dip. Yeah, well, so am I. I mean, We're in that place, aren't we? Yeah, look at that, man. $348 million worth of outflows on Friday. Yeah, Curtis, you know the drill. That's what we're doing. Buffering. I can do that and flick it off Wi-Fi if that helps. That might help actually a little bit. That might help. Yeah, I mean, look, with ETFs as they have been, then yeah, I mean, look, a lot of this I think pushes down. Remember, this pattern here on this chart definitely tells us that we're going down. In just my opinion, by the way. TJ, what's going on? Where have all the viewers gone? I don't know, bro. A lot of them on YouTube right now. Derivatives are evil for sure. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think ETFs should be banned. Why? Why? Dip to 63? I mean, maybe. I think ETFs are alright. I think the problem you have is you've got there's just not a lot of competition with them. That's the problem, isn't it? Inflation numbers on Wednesday and GDP on Friday dumps. Yeah, I think so, Serge. Yeah. Because they water out the whole idea of Bitcoin. I mean, that's true. I mean, they essentially then can manipulate they can essentially, which is why you've got with BlackRock and all the rest of it. It does take away from the decentralized nature of it. Yeah, for sure. Which I think you have to be mindful of for sure. Yeah, I saw that. Muchaba Khamenei, Iran's new supreme leader. See, Florida voted yes for crypto. Yeah, quite a few of them have, actually. Quite a few states have gone pro, like Arizona has, Florida has, Wyoming has. There's quite a few of them that are going pro cryptocurrency. Okay, well, let's take a look a little bit more detailed here on the chart. So look, this is on the 2-day chart's kind of nice, actually. If you want to, I've been starting to kind of mess around with this. Again, you could argue here for a really obvious support, really obvious support level right down the middle. In fact, I bet if we put the PLC here on the VPVR, I bet this tells us, I bet this is pretty, yeah, look at that. Look at the PLC here on the VPVR. That tells you exactly what's going on right now in this market. Exactly what's going on right now, which is low liquidity, low volume. Like, it's all just a little bit boring right now. But boring shows opportunity in my view. Boring absolutely shows opportunity in my view. The other thing I said I was going to show you guys is my the bots I have running. So they haven't done much. I opened another couple of bots, by the way, just to see what they do. But I did say that I would just keep you guys posted on this. And as soon as we can make it like work and it's kind of doing something, I will certainly get you guys access to this if you are part of the premium channel membership, because you probably deserve it. But yeah, so far it did 2 trades yesterday. So it did a Pepe short, which netted 65 cents. I know people are going to be like, oh, 2 bit, it's fucking garbage. And obviously the Aptos trade at 156 negative. So it's a fully automated AI trading platform that I'm testing at the minute for someone. It did 2 trades so far. Again, it's not the biggest balance in the world, like $128. But as it stands right now, then yeah, it's up. It's trading on USD. So I opened up a Pengu and a Cake one as well. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 bots open. So I might change some of the leverage to drop the leverage down a little bit, but I'll keep you guys posted as how this is playing out. So far, it's made about $2.65, which isn't the greatest number in the world, but it's better than a smacking in the chops, isn't it? That's my opinion. So there you go. Look, Straits of Hormuz back on the screen. You know how we do things here. Right. But I'll keep you guys posted on that, okay? It's kind of fun. It's not doing much. Also, by the way, if you are in Aerodrome Finance, I don't know if you guys are or not, they actually have just recently increased their APR on their Aero staking. I don't know if you guys have seen, but if you are already staking, as many of you know that I've been staking for ages, as I am doing with my Solana, and I'm also doing it with my Pepe, because I'm earning about 170,000 Pepe a day. 14.29. Let's go, baby. I actually just cashed out and took a little bit more. So this is just today, by the way. It earned me about $1. It's not the greatest number in the world, but still 14.29% it's earning, and that is the main thing. So good. Right, dead quick look at pre-markets then. Let's see. Obviously, the big one that we need to look at, let's just scoot down here to energy. Here you've got the expectation on futures, commodities. Look at this. Crude oil expectation 0.5%, which on the market cap it's pretty fucking big. Brent crude oil 0.24, 87.44. It's already priced in at $90. Like, this crude oil open's going to be fucking crazy. it is going to be pretty crazy. When does it, will it open? No, I think we'll be, yeah, it's an hour, isn't it? Probably an hour after we come off. Anyway, we got a deal with Canton Equity Partners, who owns the Howard Lutnick and his son, so we get him at the White House. What does that mean? We got to deal with SEC, who, and Eva and Canton Equity. The trade bots, it is winning. So far, it's completed 3 trades, and all 3 were successful. All 3 of them were good trades. So at the minute, yes, but again, is this a sustainable thing? No, it's got $128 and it's made $2.65. So it isn't the best thing, but at the same time, you could argue and say, well, it is actually at this minute a profitable thing. Now we'll see what it looks like. Again, son runs Cantor. Yeah, Cantor Fitzgerald. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're right. So again, we'll keep an eye on it right now. It is currently, I believe, so it's currently got an open short trade on Pepe, which is currently 221. So that must be the second trade it's open. Yeah, let's look at this. Active trades on Pepe right now. It's got a profit, unrealized PL of 221. So actually it's made about $5 in 2 days off 128, which isn't the craziest number in the world. But I guess if you were scaling this and you said it had 1,280, it would have made $50. I mean, that's not the worst number in the world. So anyway, we'll see. But it opened it. Yeah, that's what it opened it, by the way. That's what it bought. And it bought it at, can we see what the entry price was? I don't know. Did it tell us? Or is that just going to show us the bot? Oh yeah, it just shows us the bot there. But yeah, interesting, right? Interesting. So it's took 1 trade already, sold a little bit of it, and then held the rest. That's kind of clever. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. And again, if this starts to... if it starts to really do something, they did tell me that I could give it to you guys as a, I don't know if they said free or discount. I can't remember. Let me find what he said. Where is it? Where's the guy that runs it? Here he is. He said, I can't remember what he said. Anyway, something. Oh, yeah, that was it. Complimentary pro access for your audience. To make promo easier, we'll provide free pro access valued at $2,000 to your community. This allows your audience to experience our platform firsthand, see the value for themselves, and naturally supports everything that we're doing. So, again, we will, if it's all good and it's, doing what it's doing, because the last thing I want to do is be like, hey, guys, here's this cool little AI stuff, and it ends up wrecking everybody. I'm not about that, but... maybe we could even do something. Maybe we could do something super cool, like we'll fund your accounts. Oh, maybe we could do that for the channel. Like, I don't know, we'll pick 5 people that are in the premium Discord, and then we'll fund your accounts with $100, and you can then get access to it, and then you have to like send me some feedback or something. I don't know. We'll do something like that. Which would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, stick around. Which would be good. 60% of my, what was that? 60% of my coins is locked in Jasmy. Please give me some good news. Any news? Well, the only thing I would say with Jasmy, by the way, before we look at the futures markets, just to give you some element of confidence, I guess, is that Junction launched and is doing all right. I mean, in fairness, it had a nice wick up here. It has to retrace back down, but Junction's starting to move, which is good news, actually, because this should bring more to the ecosystem. I mean, look, Jasmy's still very much trading sideways, which isn't the worst thing. And while ever it continues to hold this range, that's fine. But as Junction, I think, grows in a little bit of, what would I call it? Like stature in the crypto market, then Jasmy will naturally be a direct supporter of that and probably benefit as well. So yeah, keep your eyes out for it. But I mean, I'm still holding my Jasmy, so we'll see. Okay, right. Dead quick then in terms of what the world markets look like. So US markets look terrible. Expectations are significant decline. Now, we did see this on Friday, by the way, and it did mean that the crypto market rallied before dumping. So be mindful. You're probably going to want to look at Asia first. So we are expecting a slight increase in Asia. That's interesting, isn't it? Australia's going to dump. Shenzhen up a little bit. Shanghai, Hang Seng. The Hong Kong one, I think, will be really interesting because that will, I think, be depicted by this quite heavily. So I don't know if I would fully trust this. I think what you'll end up getting is a skewed open because of oil. Just my opinion. Just my opinion, personally. And then obviously the European markets look like they're going to be dreadful, which I think personally from a UK perspective, these are going to be all to do with the fact that you have a really, really, really incompetent Prime Minister at the minute. And I think a lot of people are nervous about his decisions he's making. Therefore, I think stocks, bond markets are all really unsure as to what the hell is going to happen. So, and then obviously the US markets would be assumption that's going to dump. I think it depends what happens with the oil market, really. Oil spikes as we expect here, then yeah, be very mindful because I think stock market will dump on the back of it. Any idea when the platform is going to be open worldwide? I think it's open worldwide now. It's in beta right now. No, but I could find out for you. I could find out, definitely. Brent crude oil rises to $100 for the first time. Has oil opened? Has it? What? Are we missing something here? No? Maybe it's on futures. Hold on a minute. Can we get Brent futures? Brent crude. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's at 92, so it hasn't gone like full ham right now. But yeah, there's the futures market, 92.69. Did obviously then, yeah, did wick significantly higher. So BMX, yeah, I probably agree. And I'm never normally one to get really deep into politics, but yeah, I feel like it as well at the minute. But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it does. Yeah, it has a lot. So what is it? Price? Oh, it's per month. Yeah, per month right now. So. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually sign up to it. Maybe you can. So I have the medium one, which is like $120 a month. So I get 10 strategies, customizable bots, and new weekly strategies. And yeah, so they do an 87.59 and 143. So again, I think let's see what it does. And then if it does, then let's see if we can get you guys some more discounts on it. Potentially even give you, it might be that we fund one of the accounts for you guys and, maybe 2 or 3 of you that are premium channel members. And fund it and see if I can get you this for free. That'd be kind of cool. And then you just have to send me pictures of your wins and we can promote it and it'd be kind of cool like that. So yeah, which would be good. Curtis says, 2-bit, let me know. And I'm willing to chuck a bit into the trade bot, win or lose, no stress. Okay, man. Yeah, well, I'll message the guy that runs it and see what he says. Yeah, be cool. Be cool. I mean, like I said, so far, it's doing all right. Like I just kind of maybe thought it was going to be a bit bigger, but I mean, technically if it's got a trade in right now at 225 or 252 actually, if this market cools down, then yeah, it's like made $6 off 120 in 4 days. I mean, I don't know what that ratio looks like, but anyway. Brit's trying to change. I mean, technically, but I mean, when you look at the stuff he's doing, like it's insane. Like it is actually insane. Hey, if you're not a taxpayer and you are if you're not a taxpayer and you're not really asked about what's going on and you are very much about saving the world and, net zero and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, like he's the man for you. But, oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, why are we not in this short? This must be all to do with oil futures. Man, if oil futures open, look at this dump right now. Yeah, that would have, we said 66,250. Look, that would have taken us out for a $240 gain on that. Man, that's volatility right there. Holy shit. That is wild. Have US markets opened? They haven't opened yet, have they? Am I tripping right now? Man, BTC is absolutely dumping its rear end off. Holy smokes right now. Let's stick it here on Weex.com. Wow. Wow. Underpants would be a better job. I mean, that's true. Yeah, look at this. What a short that would have been, everybody. Holy timber. See, everyone said we were cooked. Who was arguing with us the other night about the fact that the price was going to go down? Yeah, man. It's just opened another trade. It's just opened another trade, literally while I've been talking. Look at that. It's opened an Aero short trade, and it's now 7 cents in the profit. Wow. Go! Bot thing. Oh, I tried to open a BTC trade as well. Oh, that's annoying. Tried to open at 66,295. Failed. Invalid trade amount. Bro, it needs some more money. Oh, man, that's cool, though. That's kind of opened a new trade, so let's see what it does. Man, this is a week and a half. Holy shit. Man, that short trade would have absolutely printed, wouldn't it? Look at that. That would have been a really nice short trade. But yeah, we said it would happen. We absolutely said, look at this. It's going to close on the range right now on the daily as well. If it doesn't bounce here, then get ready. 62,000 is on its way in. Just my opinion. Not financial advice. It never is on this channel. But, man, if this loses this support range and probably breaks down, what, here, like 65K, then, yeah, get ready because that thing may absolutely dump its backside off. Man, that trade's already up 40 cents right now on the Aero short trade. Bullish. That's just a little baby dump. I mean, that's right. Who was telling us that this market wasn't dumping, by the way? Little bounce here coming back in. Market's opened. Oil prices coming down. Look into XPT real estate utility going up 56,000 in 2 weeks. Holy shit. 56,000% in 2 weeks. That sounds wild. Sounds wild. I mean, it's bouncing back right now, isn't it? Yeah, pretty interesting trade there. Pretty interesting trade right now. BTC's now, I mean, it's clear, it is bouncing back, isn't it? It is bouncing back, interestingly enough. Good. That's it. That's it. So, well, let's hang on for a little bit longer. We can do like another 10 minutes on the stream and then we'll get out of here. But yeah, super interesting there on the price of BTC on the, well, it's not even on the open, is it? I mean, the oil futures aren't open, but yeah, look at this. Bouncing back within the range. That's what you need to see. Oil right now is pretty flat. These markets aren't open yet. So, has the US futures market opened? It must have done. What? What time is it in the US? Yeah, US futures must have opened, look. What? I'm so confused right now. I am so confused. I'd watch this, though. I think this market pushes down way more, in my opinion. I think this, yeah, I definitely think this market's going to dump. I think this market's going to dump. Just my opinion. Forex and futures open 6 p.m. Is it the US? Is that what time it is now? It's because the clocks are all a bit mental, aren't they? Obviously, we're slightly behind where we are. But yeah, 6 or 7 p.m. in New York. We had our time change last night. Is that why? Oh yeah, US stock markets futures open sharply lower. Yeah, well, that's why the dump came in. That's why the dump came in. Interessant. Very interessant. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting, if you ask me. I still think the market pushes down, though, personally. That's just my view. That's just my view. So, and it certainly feels like it is doing that exactly now as well. So, yeah, I think if we lose this, man, that's my view. What's silver and gold doing? I mean, the futures markets are gold's down marginally here on the daily. Futures look like they should open a little bit better. Silver down as well. So, yeah. You got some pretty heavy volatility coming in right now. Copper down 2. Yeah, I mean, the S&P starting to, push down as well on potential openings. So, yeah, pretty interesting right now. Again, aligns to my theory that we're going to see it push down. WTI, $104 a barrel. Shit the bed. Yeah, where's oil here? Look. Yeah, Brent oil. So, this market is the market not open yet? I mean, people are still calling this a strong buy on oil, which is wild, if you ask me. What do I think about Cardano? I mean, look, do I think Charles Hodgkins might do something with it? Maybe. It feels like it's just slowly dying, though, if I'm honest. I feel like it's slowly dying. That's just my personal opinion of it. Now, I could be wrong. We could definitely have got it wrong, but it certainly feels like it's just going to keep going down. It doesn't have enough, reason for people to use it. At all, actually. So that's why I'm a bit like, yeah, I'm not super convinced about it. Doesn't mean it can't do something. Doesn't mean that it couldn't end up being, a bit more bullish, but it needs some real, utility and some points. Axe 21, what's going on, buddy? Zebek. Yeah, Zebek's holding-ish. It's negative 4%, but I mean, market just took an absolute dumperino. Let's get rid of that fib. Yeah, I mean, still pushing down. I mean, look at that. If you look at this, still very much bearish. I mean, you could argue maybe it's forming a pennant. I think you're trying to cling on to that for dear life, though. My view is that's actually forming a, downward channel, which historically does something like this. Probably comes down. If you were looking to get in, that's where I'd be setting my buy order down here. That's where I would expect this to kind of play out. Just my opinion, by the way. Might be wrong. BTC gets a new weekly candle at 8 p.m. New York time. Yeah, we know the candle will be green, but how green is a debate right now. But yeah, BTC is pushing down again. So no surprise here. And I think this probably continues to the downside. Just my personal opinion. Just my personal opinion. So yeah, we got like 170 people in the stream right now. Shout out everybody who's been in. Don't forget we stream at 4 p.m. No, is it 5 p.m. Eastern now? It's 9 p.m. UK time every single day with the exception of Saturday. So if you want to get dialed into what's going on in the market, we're going deeper into certain things. We're looking at different things entirely than those generic ones that just talk about charts for about 2 hours. We're not about it. We go way deeper. We almost called this move that's happening right now at the start of this very stream. I know I don't know how to do it. The way I can do it is like this, which is just super annoying. And I know TikTok finds this super annoying as well. I need to fix this. If anyone knows how I can stream through OBS into TikTok as well as into YouTube, please let me know and I'll do it. But I just can't do it. It's annoying. Some cool people though joined our Discord. Shout out to you. If you are in the chat, welcome. Don't forget, you do need to verify in the Discord. It's easy. /verify. Enter. It's going to then give you a code. You do /verify, enter the code, and boom, you're in. It's going on 37, you massive legend. And if you don't verify, you do get kicked out. So make sure you verify. We'll get you added into that general chat, which would be great. Hardwire said 109 USD a barrel. Wow, bro. That's insane. Oh yeah, there it is. Look, yeah, Hundo and 2 Brent crude futures. Wow. That is crazy talk right now. That is crazy. BTC is dumping as you would expect. Here we go. Look, this short would have been fantastic. Fantastic. We also did post that in the trade signals in the premium Discord, by the way, which you can grab. I actually posted this. 4-hour chart is playing out as we expected. More downside to come. Ensure your entry levels and buy orders are set. And price was 67,531 when we put that in our chart. So yeah, if you want to get access to that, by the way, grab a channel membership or head over to whoop.com, search for the 2-Bit Crypto Trade Community, and join about 20 other fantastic people that are in there looking and getting all the benefits of the trade signals, our bots, our trading guides, and everything else. All right, definitely worthwhile in my opinion. And like I said, it's like $10 a month. It's absolutely a bargain if you ask me. All right, where are we at then? Futures on oil 102. While ever they go up, BTC goes down. Pretty interesting right now as we see this massive dump here on the price on BTC at the open, which is kind of wild if you ask me. It's kind of wild. Are you in the chat? Sean Crypto. You haven't verified. You have to do /verify enter in the start here. It literally says /verify, press enter ×2. You'll receive a verification code pop up with the code. You can copy and paste it and just do /copy and paste and you're in. Ever wondered why successful investors in crypto tell you to buy Bitcoin and maybe sprinkle a bit on alt? And is this like a joke or? Don't listen. Don't listen to those successful investors. That's true. That is very true. That's very true. You got to learn yourself, 100%. That's why I do like this community, though. I do like the fact that we can talk through certain things and we discuss it and we chat through. And if people don't think it's, legit, then let's call it out. Like, that's the way forward, in my opinion. That is the way forward, in my opinion. Did Plume retrace? Haven't looked at it since the AM. Let's have a look. Plume. Have you guys been watching Zero as well? Zero's been skyrocketing over the last, 2 days. It was going to the moon. It nearly broke, 300K. What's it at now? Yeah, 255. Absolutely wild right now on Zero. It's up 50% on the day. Plume is... Yeah, it's still up 25%, Tim. Still looking pretty good, actually. up 25% on the day. So shout out to anyone who is in that particular coin. You guys are printing. So yeah, Gratzarino, everybody. Yeah, Zero. Yeah, the coin that we were talking about, we discussed it a while back. It's absolutely been pumping the last 2 days. Pumping. We talked about this at its bottom. I think we sort of spoke about this a little bit. But yeah, making a move right now, back up to 255k, way above its launch price. Look at that. Bullish. And all the VC investment tokens and private sale tokens are all out, by the way. So this is just life. I mean, the volume's pretty low, but nearly 10 Gs. But yeah, moving to the upside. This is what happened to all the 10x alts. Yeah, I know. We've got to wait and see. Damn, I still have some just holding. Cool. Well, there you go, Tim. Yeah, it's like literally broke all-time high today. Nice, bro. Crushing it. No, not Xerox. Zero. This one here. We talked about this, I think, down here somewhere. This was what I was a private investor in, private sale investor in. And yeah, that TG is pretty cool. Like, fair play to him. Yeah, but I mean, it's done some big moves last 2 days. Someone dropped in like 5k into it earlier on. Look at that. 5Gs just like boom, straight in. But yeah, if you've got some, then nice. Nice little mover and groover right there. So, love it. All right, everybody. Well, I think this probably takes us to the end of the stream. Shout out to everybody that's been tuned in. Thank you so much. Man, oil's at 103, nearly 104. Holy crap. Some might say that we called it on the channel, and others would say, you were right, 2-bit all along. That chart looks like it needs a good cup and handle. I mean, it is a really good cup and handle, isn't it? But there you go. Pretty wild, if you ask me. Pretty wild, if you ask me. Price of BTC is currently 66 on the money, so we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, price of oil now 104. Holy smokes. That is wild. That is wild. So yeah, expectation would be oil's going to pump into oblivion. And Brent crude, you need to be, I think they do it on MEXC weirdly, but then probably some like, what do they call it? MetaTrader or something is where you can download it on an iPhone, I think. I used to have MetaTrader when I was doing some stock markets. Not a lot, though. I was trading a little bit over there, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, pretty wild if you ask me. Pretty wild if you ask me. So as always, we'll be back tomorrow night. Brent crude oil is spiking like you wouldn't believe. But what they don't realize, and I think a lot of people are unfortunately going to end up, missing out and probably getting this wrong, is the rich starry is on the move. It's currently 1.7 kilometers an hour, and it's going through the Straits of Hormuz with some oil. More on the Straits of Hormuz tomorrow, all right? We'll keep you posted on what's going on. There's some pretty wild things out there. So keep your eyes peeled. Keep very close to what's going on in the market. It's going to be pretty volatile over the next definite week. We'll keep you posted. As always, I'll be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. UK, which I think is now 5 p.m. Eastern. So do make sure you've hit the like button. Your notification bell is clicked to all. That way you're notified. Or simply join our free Discord. We do post in there, as well as all my YouTube videos as well. So if you're looking out for some content, make sure you get involved. I appreciate you guys. Until tomorrow night, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Take care, everybody. Let's have a great Monday.